When President Obama campaigned, he said he wouldn't increase taxes a single dime. But Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner now says he's not ready to rule out a tax hike to lower the federal deficit. Now, I do recall, as we sat here during the whole election situation, I do believe I said that this was going to be the case. I don't know why he wasn't listening. There's no way you can do all the things you want to do without raising taxes. It's just the way it is.
You mean like spending $1 trillion?
Spending $1 trillion, spending $1 billion, you know, getting us to give money to the banks, and some of it is actually working out for us. What is annoying to me, other than the taxes, is the fact that they have not figured out this, what do you call it when you give somebody the money that they've earned? The bonuses. They haven't figured out that bonus situation, because I still don't understand why, if your company was going into the toilet, you get a bonus.
Because, but they're also saying with these bonuses, these people, it gives them an incentive, because some of these companies that are coming out of the ashes, these people have been going out and doing what they're supposed to do. So it's like, this is something as a reward.
So it's the people who are getting the bonuses are in certain sections that have performed.
Well, they
should
be. I mean, if something is incentive-based, it should be based on performance and reaching certain
benchmarks. Too much of an incentive.
Sure, but the point here is that there was I mean, look, at this point, you need a promise czar to go back and look back at the promises that were made during the campaign and examine them and say, look, this is something that our president promised us. He said our taxes would not go up a single dime, okay? We need to evaluate, because this is now going to affect middle class, not just upper class. This is everybody.
Can I throw out a few numbers? First of all, Obama's been in office for 100 days, okay? Bush, George W., spent 2,923 days in office. He inherited a $128 billion surplus from the Clinton administration. When he left with a $1.3 trillion deficit. Okay? People need to know that. This guy's in office 100 days. He needs time and he needs support to get us out of this mess that he
We need time right now. He has single-handedly spent more than any other president before him in this time.
But look at what he inherited, Elizabeth.
How many
inherited a lot of a complete mess.
He has spent more than anyone without even sometimes reading what he's going to spend about. So we need to examine what we're spending right here. It is a major problem.
But let's give the guy some
Stop
support.
spending, stop overspending, and then you won't need to overtax the people you promised you wouldn't
tax. Our former president did the same thing. No, but I think we can say the same thing about our former president not reading stuff, and also saying, because I thought he said that we were going to, you know, go in there and get these weapons of mass destruction, and we were coming right back out, and we're still over there.
Well, that was a lie, and we know that now.
But I'm going, you know,
if you... Oh, my gosh, my water might break right now.
But if you're talking about
I can't be responsible for your water.
I just feel like we got to do something.
Is your water.
This is all I have.
To give you.
I'm going to become this
We have to do something. I mean, it's so many people going, let's look at the obstacles. Look at the obstacles. If we don't do something, nothing's going to get done.
Well, does it seem that this could be possibly one of the poopiest jobs? That's for you. One of the poopiest jobs in the world, because as a candidate, you say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this, and then you get in there and go, oh, okay.
Well, he had to win first.
And so I think that all of them, all of the presidents, the guys that we love, the guys we weren't sure of, the guys we dislike, they all, nobody goes into this job, in my opinion, not wanting to do their best for the country. Nobody. Sure. Nobody. So I'm figuring, as I said about 2-3 weeks ago, I'm going to wait a year. I'm going to wait.
Year, it's his job and his problem. I want to date. I want to date when it's his job and his problem.
When do you want to go out? What kind of date do you want?
I want to take a date. I have plenty of time on maternity leave. I just want to date when this is his job and his problem.
The economists are saying the economy is turning around already, that things are coming up better. Somewhat. So let's see. Let's give it some time.
Not in terms of jobs, but
Americans are very impatient.
But other things.
Yeah, when they need a job and they have family to feed, and now they're learning that they're going to be taxed all of a sudden. They were promised by the man they voted for.
He didn't say anybody in the middle class was getting taxed. All we heard was that over $1 million people are going to get some taxes.
And not ruled out. Not ruled out by Timothy Geithner.
Wait a second. In the Bush administration, those rich people, and some of us are right in this room, okay, got tax breaks during the Bush administration.
Excuse me.
And those people are now going to pay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been paying tax every quarter since I was 23, and my tax bracket is like 50%. So I pay no matter who's
But
at.
Ruby, didn't you get a tax break?
I didn't get jack.
You got a tax break.
No, it did not come. Listen, after a certain amount of money, maybe you don't realize this. They don't send you a check. They just say, oh, we're just going to add it to your, make it a credit. That money doesn't come to my hand. I'm okay with that. The date that I will give you, gorgeous, is I will say, when are we back to work? January 7th? January 7th, I will say, you know what? Since I saw you, you know, in the summertime, he hasn't done jack, or he actually did bazooka, and then we'll have some more stuff.
Bazooka is here.
And bazooka. He's already done fantastic
He's done
things.
buh. He has done buh. We're going right back. We're going to be right back.
We love it.
I might be a little edgy. I might have a little edge to me because of my latest airplane experience.
What happened?
You know, now I've just started flying again, man. I'm doing my best. Now I'm okay. You know, I don't like it, but I'm trying. Turbulence. Turbulence is not something that any of the instruments on the cockpit panel can see.
No.
You don't know it until it's on you. It's like a bad fart. You don't know that it's on it.
Reel that one coming, though.
You know how far goes like this, and then it's like... That is what the turbulence was like. First of all, when I left, it was stormy, very stormy. And you know, we've had insane weather here the last couple of days. And I'm in the plane, you know, and I'm trying to like zen into all the things I'm supposed to remember.
You know, tapping?
I tapped, I scratched, I laid this way, I laid that way. And then I was okay. And then that bad boy said, pom-pom-pom. When I tell you I should have been wearing some poised napkins, tears welled up in my eyes.
From fear? From fear?
Hell yeah!
Some turbulence, though, you know,
It was like, please, Jesus, please.
Jesus.
No, I called everybody. I called Buddha, Jehovah, Jesus. Because I figured I had enough time.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. But I tell you, I gotta bless those guys at V Airlines again. I'm not gonna say their name because I know I'm not supposed to. But again, the things that they taught me, the training that they gave me, I must tell you, I still am not with it, but I can do it, and nothing's gonna scare me off of it.
But isn't the main thing of turbulence that it's not gonna kill you? You might jump up.
Speed
like
bumps.
there was some accidents in it.
You know what it is?
Turbulence this weekend.
Picture a very still river.
Yeah.
And toss a rock in. And when you see those waves that the rock makes, that's what turbulence is. Because, you know, turbulence is the plane moving through moving air.
Right.
That's all it is. And that makes perfect sense on terra firma.
But as long as you know you're not going to crash in turbulence, it should be easier to get through.
But it doesn't feel good when you're...
I don't like jumping unless I'm jumping on someone. We'll be right back. Right after.